So hello, welcome to Gumardee's Coins and Banknotes, and today we're going to review these coins from Paraguay that were first issued in 1975 and last issued in 1988, and we will talk about the dimensions, designs, and the actual value that these can be purchased at. So, a little bit of history. Paraguayan coins were last issued in 1953, and that's these scallop-shaped coins, but all centimos coins were demonetized in 1966. So basically, in 1975, Paraguay only had banknotes, and the banknote values were from 1 guarani to 10,000 guarani. So that's quite a wide spread of banknotes. And there are four denominations. We have the 1, 5, 10 and 50 guaranis. You'll notice there is no A2 or A20 guarani. That was never issued as a banknote or a coin. So this is a 1-5 system. Currently the valuation of these coins are pretty minimal. Because of inflation, the current exchange rate is about 7,000 guarani to $1. In this time period, the exchange rate was roughly 126. So that's why the centimos coins were withdrawn, because at the time this was worth less than 1 US cent. Okay, so there are also two different varieties. So we have the first, the 1975-76, that has the date down below, and we have the 1978 to 88 coins, which have no date down below because they made slight changes. They removed the date to the front of the coin, so the front of the coin has the name of the country, and they also increased the size of the image and made it larger, and they put the name above the actual date. So none of these are readed, they're all just plain. So if you turn on the side, it's all plain. So with the 1 guarani, there are two different versions, as we had said, but they also change the plant. The later version from 1978 had soybean, and soybean is what we use mainly as a food crop. We make tofu, that delicious, beautiful, yummy tofu. We also make soy milk, which is not actually a milk, it's just soy. And we use it for oils as well. Now, the 1975 had tobacco, which you use for smoking, and at the time period it was quite accepted, but it was starting to lose its flavour as we have now. And up the top we have the food for the world in Spanish. So this is like an FAO issue. And as you can see, they had trouble with the side of the coin, so it looks like that has doubling on the actual rim. Okay, the other side of the coin, so these are all coin rotated according to United States numismatics, and this one has a soldier of Paraguay, and this one's dated 1984. So these images on these coins are taken directly from the banknotes. So the soldier of Paraguay was on the 1 guarani banknote, and I've made a video of that before. And also the mintages of these coins quite high. So this one, 1984, had a mintage of 15 million. The lowest is 1980 with 13 million, and the other years minted was 1978, 80, 84, 86 and 88. And are minted all over the place, from Brazil, UK to Germany, with the 1975, 76, 75 have a mintage of 10 million, 76 have a mintage of 12 million. So in this condition, you should be able to pick these up for about $5, and they are 3 grams and 18 millimeters with 1.9 millimeters thick, and they are not reeded. Okay, so the next coin is, so these 5 guaranis are 3.5 grams. They are 20 millimeters and 1.7 millimeters thick. And this one has, up the top, they also put writing, and it just says food for the world. So it's all pretty much the same inscription on all the coins. And as you can see, the reading had a problem. So this is also 1984. It was minted in Britain. So Britain had a problem with minting steel coins at the time because they were more into minting coins that were made out of softer metals. Actually, iron is quite hard. So 1978, 10 million, 80, 12 million, 84, 15 million, and 86, 15 million. So this is the only coin in which they stopped minting in 1986. So the 10 Guaranis, 4.5 grams of steel, 22 millimeters and 1.8 millimeters thick. I think the thickness is a bit confusing because they're all over the place. Okay, 1975-76 had a mintage each of 10 million. It has a bull's head on one side. They didn't change that for the next series. And on the other side, we have an image taken from the 10 Guarani banknote. And it is General Garay. And he was an important figure in the Chaco War in which he helped defeat the Bolivian army. So he's the guy on the 10 Guaranis. And we have a mintage figure for 1975, which I said before. Yeah, and 76 is 10 million. Then we have the next series, so just put a close up. You can see the denomination has been increased, the cow's head has been reduced. And we have the letters of food for the world. This one's 1984. And you can see the style of stamping is actually a bit different, and also the engraving has changed. His nose is quite different. So obviously they had a bit of a problem with minting these coins. So the mintage figures 1978, 15 million, 80, 15 million, 84, which is this one, 20 million, minted in the UK, 86, 35 million, 88, 40 million. So shouldn't be too hard to get this coin. And I see you can get them for probably $5 or less on eBay. That's excluding postage. The 50 Guaranis has the Ekare Dam, and that's also on the river of the same name. And at the time, it was most likely not inaugurated. Wikipedia says 1981, but it hasn't been referenced. But obviously, they have the actual design here. Could be just what they've actually designed from plans. But of course, also have been built at the time, but not inaugurated. And it is what 210 megawatt dam supplying 3% of Paraguay's electricity, but I'm not too sure how accurate that is. If you're going to write stuff on Wikipedia, you need to reference it. Okay, so this one is dated 1975, so this is a single year issue. They didn't issue any in 1976. It has 9.5 million, and it was minted in Brazil. So this coin, should be able to pick it up. Oh, I see these are a bit more expensive. You'll be paying probably about $10 to $20 for it, 1975. Then we have the second issue, in which they just removed the date from the bottom of the coin. Okay, looks like the numeration is the same, so is the image. So pretty much I didn't change anything on the other side, just the engraving. The Guarani is down below, so a little bit smaller. And on this side, we have... So he's commemorated here because he was also involved in the Chaco War, which Paraguay won. And his name is Jose Felix Estingariba. Garibia? Yeah, I butchered his name. So, he also turned into a dictator. He was born in 1888, passed away in 1940 in a plane crash with his wife. And from 1939-1940, he was pretty much dictator of Paraguay. Paraguay really only got democracy in 1989 after the overthrow of Stalin, who these coins were actually issued under. So Paraguay is a bit stable at the time because of the dictatorship and the authoritarian rule, but it's also pretty repressive. So now, as for the mintages, these coins, there are no 1978. There's only 1980, which had a mintage of 10.7 million. 1986, 15 million. 1988, 25 million. So none of these should be hard to get. And this coin, 1980, was minted in Brazil, 1986 UK, and 1988 in Germany. All the information you can find is on Wikipedia. And this coin, it should be paying about $5 because of the high mintage. So as for the side of the coin, I've got the 1, 5, 10 and 50 coin. You can see none of them are rated. Although the 1 looks like it's rated, it's probably cause of scratching. They probably have a problem in stamping the coin. It's probably the metal's too cold, or the actual pressure used to cut out the coin was not enough to make it a clear cut. But the rest you can see all pretty much stamped, and they might have also been smoothed as well. So you just need to roll it to actually smooth the actual coin. So that's basically Paraguay's coins from 1975 to 1988. In 1990, they, because of inflation and deregulation of the exchange rate, they had to issue newer coins in brass, and later they were plated steel. They start off with the smaller 10 and 100 guaranis, but later on all the denominations were changed. So that will be the next video. Thank you very much. Have an awesome coin and banknote collecting time, and I hope this helps you with your Paraguay coin collection.